This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box. Proud supporters of Tanagers Athletics. You could say it's the Battle of Champions, if you will. Good afternoon or good evening, and welcome to Parentis Park as we get you set for another wonderful night of Legion Baseball here on Live Ticket TV. One team is familiar in the championship circle, if you will. A lot of names that are familiar from just a few weeks ago when the T-Area Titans at the high school level won a state title on the Class B side of things. And, of course, when it comes to Legion Baseball, there's only one team at the moment that's trying to defend their title, and that is Vermillion Post 1 after their historic run last season. What was labeled as the hottest day in the state of South Dakota weather-wise, Vermillion had to play 2 games to win that state title in Gregory. Now, this season, of course, for Vermillion hasn't quite been the same as it was last year. Coming into today, they're 4-8, but as the manager Tom Heisinger would say, it seems a lot more like summer baseball now. After the first few games of the season, all begin with tournament plays and back-to-back weekends, which include, 3 games in a matter of 2 days, and it's mostly teams that you're not likely going to see. However, for Vermillion Post 1, they've now kind of scheduled themselves with some tough games, including, as we mentioned, this T-Area team that has a lot of familiar names from this past summer. They're playing tonight, but you can go back even to Monday when they played against the runners-up. That was, of course, the Bonhomme Cavaliers at the time, but Tabor when they switch over to Legion play. We can talk plenty more about that throughout the evening, but I'm joined now with my broadcast partner for the summer, Tavin. We get ready for another wonderful baseball season, and more importantly, Legion baseball. How excited are you for this to get this back underway? I guess for us, get back in the groove of it all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just really excited to be back. In general, I like putting on the headset, like the atmosphere of baseball too. Popcorn in the air, some hot dogs on the grill. It's a beautiful day as well. I mean, it's about 87. Not the hottest day it's been all week, but very beautiful in general.
Yeah, you mentioned the weather has been extremely hot over the past week or so. Have seen even some rain this past weekend, but looking like another beautiful day, kind of overcast throughout the day, but starting to finally break away and get a little bit more of, open skies, if you will, and a little bit less cloud coverage. But again, expecting a great game here baseball-wise. Well, Tavin, something we can talk about a little bit more with this Vermillion team. You got your chance to see them playing during the high school level. Of course, things did not go right for them when it came to their region play. They were eliminated pretty quickly from that. And now even this Legion team, they still have a chance to maybe make some noise a little bit later on, being such a young squad. And going off that, they are young. What's the progress they want to make now throughout the rest of this Legion season?
I think they just got to build on the good things while playing this game. Sometimes it might not be your pitching. Sometimes it might be your fielding. It just all depends. You want to build on those things, and you got a young squad. Have this team build some chemistry and build up from there, and who knows? I mean, maybe next year they could have another tremendous run.
Yeah, then that's exactly what they're expecting. Again, there's even been some murmurs of what could happen when it comes to maybe some post-baseball, or I should say post-season baseball a little bit later on with this team, as they could still enter in a little bit under 16, actually, the state tournament, just depending on how things go, or at least within the region, if you will, because this is such a young team. We'll talk more about them coming up, but quickly looking at this is Trey Hansen, a familiar name that you have gotten to see, who is on the bump tonight for post 1. He's been phenomenal. He's going against Sam Wardell, who has himself in a phenomenal baseball high school season. What do you expect to see, though, from Trey Hansen tonight on the mound?
Just get warmed back up. I think after some time playing in the field, you got to warm up and get your mind back in the pitching mindset. And I think having him on the mound tonight is going to help this team a little bit. Maybe relax. You got a younger kid up on the mound. Maybe the chemistry will help a little bit with Tay Haig at catcher as well.
Yeah, of course, Tate's been phenomenal. He's been in that spot, again, going back to the high school season and now in the Legion as well. Just as you quickly look at it, you'll see a little bit more as well. This is Legion baseball, so things are just a little bit different when it comes to jerseys. Vermillion will be in their traditional blue post 1 uniforms, whereas the TinCaps will be in red uniforms, a little bit different from the traditional blue and yellow that we normally see them in. We're going to step aside. When we come back, it'll be time for first pitch and also our lineups for the evening. That is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV. Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you find the right market. Plus, you can work with me, Heath, and a portion of all sales made go right back to the school. Get a hold of me today and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out Team Apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers!
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Hi, this is Kristen Cunningham with Chic Boutique by Kristen & Company in Centerville, South Dakota. We're an all-size inclusive boutique offering sizes small through 3X on many items, including denim jeans and jackets, shackets, pants, skirts, graphic tees and sweatshirts, joggers, school swag, hats and caps, many fashion accessories including purses and lots of jewelry. And we also offer gift items for birthdays and weddings. Get your shopping fix at 636 Broadway Street, Centerville, South Dakota. Open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 7, and Saturday, 10 to 4.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Back here at Prentice Park as we get you set for some Post 1 baseball as Vermillion takes on Post 266, the TinCaps. Should be an exciting baseball game as, again, Vermillion is trying to find some wins as of late. They are on a 5-game losing skid and are looking to turn that around. But, again, this is a very familiar team if you follow along with the high school season much. This is familiar names, at least for this T team that won that state title just a few weeks ago. Let's take a look at our lineups. First, we'll begin with Post 1 and take a look at what they'll be bringing to the plate tonight, but also around the diamond as well. As we mentioned earlier, Trey Hansen will get the start on the bump. He's been reliable during the high school season and certainly has a lot of command of his pitches. As also mentioned, Haig will be the catcher. Otherwise, around the diamond, Eric Solsley will be at first. Over at second is Hayden Christofferson, and Carter Hansen is at third. Playing shortstop is Connor Peterson, and moving from left to right, Rohrig out in left, Rowe will be out in center, and Preister will be at right field. Also, with Legion Baseball, we see the EH, not the DH, so we will have Jack Vitt also in the lineup for tonight as that extra hitter. As the first pitch is in and low for a ball as we are officially underway. Mason Schramm is leading things off for this Post 266. One that starting the 3-hole, if you will, during the high school season. This one in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. Well, it's having two teams that did not meet up during the high school season due to rain that eventually just canceled the game. No need to remake it up since it's not a region game. Does that make a difference at all when you haven't got to see these type of opponents, or is it just another baseball game?
I think you just got to do it as another baseball game. Because you walk into every game feeling that you could get a win, or you could try to compete against the other team. So the mindset should still be around the same. I would hope so.
It's a walk here to open up, and Mason is aboard at first base. Now stepping up will be Ethan Viss, the center fielder for the TinCaps. As a first pitch in for a called strike. Taking a large lead over there is Mason at first. Trey Hansen will keep him honest. This is mentioned center fielder. And great one at that. Plenty of speed. Have to have that when you play in center field. Tries to lay down the bunt. Successful, but quickly Hansen runs up to it and throws over to first, and they say he's safe, as it looked like Solsley tried to apply the tag, but ball just kind of came out of his hand there. So the bunt, as I mentioned, is successfully laid down and puts runners at first and second. Nice play there, Tavin, by both the runner, Ethan Viss, but also Trey Hansen to quickly be prepared for the bunt.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get there fast, and a little mistake made by by Post 1, and it's just that leaves 2 on for them now.
And nobody out here in the top of the first, as now up to bat will be Carter Tatarek. This is Carter changing a big number as well. The traditional 6 all the way up to now number 88 for Post 266. But again, another familiar name when it comes to this baseball team. A line shot over to Carter Hansen. His glove is down in time for out number 1. And there's one away. As now up to bat will be Tegan Dadula, the right fielder. Again, great play there by Carter Hansen for that first out. Was a line shot, and then quickly looked around to see if maybe he could turn the double play, but the runners stay honest. This pitch outside for a ball. It's again one away, with runners on first and second for Post 266. Hansen looks around, kicks and fires, and this one in for a called strike. Big moment here for Hansen in the ball game. Make sure he can't see if he can't get himself out of this inning here without letting up too much damage.
Yeah, he looks a little bit nervous up there on the mound. Keeps looking back at second base, making sure no steal is going to happen.
Swing and a miss, as it looked like he took something off that pitch, and Dadula went swinging after, trying to go for the fences. Well, you talk about what we've seen during the high school season. It seemed like a lot of windy days, but today it is just a dry, hot heat. There's swing and a miss, and that is strikeout number 1 for the evening for Trey Hansen. And Tavin really puts himself in a good spot now.
Yeah, he probably, a little bit of nerves are gone now after having that first strikeout, but now you still got 2 on. You got to worry about this next batter coming up.
Sam Wardell will step up. He'll also be the pitcher. This one hops into the dirt on the first pitch as it gets away from Haig. And on the wild pitch, Schramm will move over to third, and Viss will advance up to second base. Again, the count 1-0. Hansen kicks and fires this one. There's a swing and a miss, as that time it was outside the zone, looked like a little high. But got Wardell chasing after it. Wardell, the 5th batter in the lineup for the TinCaps. This one up by the head, 2-1 the count, 2 outs, top of the first. Here at Parentis Park as they celebrate 100 years. Plenty of activities coming up throughout the month of July. And now, a little blooper just into right field, and that will bring in 1 and will bring in 2 on the single. That just found its way into the grass, and now throw back in on the relay. And an error will come in. So now the score 2-0 with the runner on second. And post 266 leads it 2-0 over post 1. Hansen looks back to second, kicks and fires this one. A ground ball as Christensen gets over to Christofferson. He throws over to first, and that will be out number 3. But the TinCaps get 2 in the top of the first. They lead it 2-0 over Vermillion. Post 1. We're back in just a moment on Live Ticket TV.
Let's be real. You work, you worry, you wait, you wonder. These are the challenges of life on the farm. As a community bank, First Bank and Trust understands this rural reality. We're big enough to help ag producers grow for the future and small enough to get to know you right now. Our ag bankers have ag backgrounds, which means we'll help you work through the tough years and make the most of the great ones. First Bank and Trust. Real banking, real easy. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. 2-0 as we move to the bottom of the first. TinCaps were able to get 2 runs, and now Vermillion, post 1, will step up to bat. Again, if you follow along during the high school season, a lot of familiar names as well, part of this Vermillion squad, as they always make the joke. Really nothing changes except for the jersey colors is about all that changes for this Vermillion team. As just as we saw during the high school season, it will be Connor Peterson to lead things off as the first pitch comes in for a called strike. Again, going up against Sam Wardell, the pitcher, here this evening for TinCaps. And quickly the count is 0-2. And again, Wardell pitched plenty during the high school season, even made an appearance a couple different times at the state tournament where T went on to win in a swing and a miss. And that is strikeout number 1, 3 pitches. Tavenny, I like to see that for TinCaps to get going right away.
Yeah, that's exactly how you want to start, bringing the dominance from the hitting side back into the defensive side.
Now up to bat, it'll be Connor Warwick, as we mentioned, playing out in left field as well. If all along the high school season, as I mentioned, not a whole lot is going to change here from Vermillion. About 1 or 2 additional names with the EH instead of the DH that's allowed at the Legion level. And for a called strike, the count is 1-1. Devin, what do you think about that rule?
I mean, it just brings it so it's an extra hitter, right? So you got 10 people hitting.
Yep.
I think it's kind of interesting to think about it. So it's just a weird little thing. In softball, we kind of did that in Rapid where we had an EH, not a DH. So, I mean, I'm kind of used to it. With baseball, it's a little weird.
Gets a chance to have some younger guys maybe step up and get some positional playing. If you have that one power hitter that's really known for hitting, maybe not as much with fielding, that's always that opportunity. Again, that's coming up here a little bit later on for Vermillion as this pitch somehow finds the strike zone. According to the home plate ump, and the count is now full with 1 out. Full count pitch. This one is high, and that is ball 4. So after 3 pitches and a strikeout, Rohrig takes the full count pitch for ball number 4, and he is aboard. As now it'll be Tate Haig, the catcher, who will step up to bat. Again, Vermillion on a 5-game losing streak. Trying to get that corrected. First pitch is up for a ball. Having something we didn't maybe follow along a lot with Legion in the beginning, but play a lot of opening tournaments. Teams that you usually don't get to see, and sometimes for Vermillion play maybe a little bit bigger than their size. How nice, though, is that to have that opportunity to see different teams you don't usually see and just to see those bigger squads?
Well, it's really beneficial because if you see somebody that's maybe higher caliber, you understand, okay, these are our flaws. We can work on them as a team before we have to go in against these teams that we regularly see. It's just good as a team. That's why you see a lot of college basketball teams kind of go lower or they go higher to play bigger or smaller schools.
Yeah, absolutely. Just get that experience, and instead as a tournament as well. You hope for it to go better here at Prentice Park a couple weeks ago when it just rained. It just made it for a tough weekend. And now the 3-1 going to take off is Rohrig, and they're going to say in the end it was ball 4. So Rohrig, in fact, just basically dove into the dirt to make his mom wash his pants later on and puts runners on first and second. As now the pitcher, Trey Hansen, will step up to bat. So again, Sam Wardell looked good in the first 3 pitches, but has been kind of struggling to fight in the strike zone as of late. Runners on first and second. Kicks and fires this one. Low. And the count now 2-0. Kind of has that little bit of a feel like it did in the top of the first inning here. This one finally finds a strike zone. And the count 2-1. Wardell's up to 17 pitches now. And this one, kind of a check swing there, called strike. Of course, Trey Hansen's also been busy as well. Continues his campaign with the golf during the summer. And before you know it, it's going to be a high school golf season all over again. This one takes a 1-hop and throw over to first, and it's a double play as stepping on second was Schramm, and there is 3 outs. So Vermillion is able to get a couple runners aboard, but in the end, a double play ends the bottom of the first, and we head to the top of the second. It's TinCaps that lead it over Vermillion 2-0. We're back in just a moment on Live Ticket TV.
If you are self-motivated, accountable, and eager to learn new skills, we'd love to talk to you about a rock star career. Masaba in Vermillion is hiring full and part-time manufacturing positions for the rock industry. Masaba provides comprehensive training in a clean, safe, and state-of-the-art facility. Masaba offers competitive wages, a fun and interesting work environment and culture. Join our team of rock stars. Visit masabainc.com to learn more.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Vermillion looked threatening for a moment there in the bottom of the first with just one out. The runners on first and second, but in the end a double play. Moves it to the top of the second where TinCaps are post 266. Lead it over Vermillion at post 1, 2-0. Again, moving into the top of the second inning. As we'll be leading things off for T with Boston Williamson. A little bit more known as a pitcher, if you will, for T area Titans during the high school season. In fact, he was the pitcher, the winning pitcher in the end during the state title game against the Bonhomme Cavaliers. And sees the 0-1, slaps this one hard foul. And the count now quickly 0-2. Tavin, you get a chance to follow much along with the championship games for the high school level?
I did not, no. Got a little busy with school and then went back to Omaha and was trying to pack some stuff up.
Shouldn't you be in Omaha right now for the College World Series?
I was there Sunday and Saturday, but I didn't get to watch any games. But my girlfriend's little brother did, so a little jealous.
There you go. A swing, but drop third strike. And thrown out at first by Haig. So there is one away. As now Halber will step up to bat. Tim Halber, the second baseman. One of those names that wasn't featured as much during the high school season. He sees the very first pitch straight into the square of his back. And he is aboard on first. As now Andrew Opland, the left fielder, will step up. This is a little bit of a new name. When it comes to post 266, as we again follow along with the high school season, a few different names that you will see for T area. Throw over to first, runner back in time. Was there anyone that you really wanted to win the College World Series? Probably Oral Roberts, maybe?
I was on that Oral Roberts train just because Summit League. I was like, give me some extra money for my school, but if I had to pick, it would have been LSU, but they're losing right now to Wake Forest in an elimination game. So
now we have one so far that's going to be playing for a championship.
Yep, Florida just made it, fourth appearance in school history.
This one a strike, stealing off to second, and in there safely is Halber. Yeah, the good Florida team got some of the top recruits headed into the season, and they're really starting to build a good program over there for the Florida Gators. This one, first pitch for Opland, or excuse me, the 0-1, flies it out to center field, and this one is caught for out number 2. Biggest contact that we have seen of the evening. But again, Robe out there in center field, always trusty. Is able to get for out number 2 as now Schramm will step up to bat, where he was walked at his first plate appearance. Again, just an inning to go in the top of the first, as now the TinCaps have already gone through their lineup once. Pitch in for a called strike. Count 0-1 again. 2 outs with the runner on second. T leads it 2-0 over Vermillion. Hansen looks back to second. Now makes the throw over there. But Halber able to dive back in time to second. No out. Gonna hot and starting to get a little bit more sunny of a day. As mentioned in the pregame there, clouds starting to move a little bit more out of the way. In for a called strike. Now the count 0-2. Stray Hansen looks for his second strikeout of the evening, now up to 26 pitches so far. The 0-2, this one up. And Traum remains in, trying to get his first tally on the board tonight. Looks back to second, the 1-2, this one is low. 2-2 the count. So a round of twos here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the second. T leads 2-0. And now the 2-2 ground ball. Christofferson collects. And just like we saw the end of the first, the top of the first, we see the same way as Christofferson on the ground out. Throw over to first as TinCaps get no runs, no hits, no errors, 12 pitches. And we move to the bottom of the second. That comes up here in just a moment on Live Ticket TV.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. We move to the bottom of the second inning where Eric Solsley will lead things off for Vermillion Post 1, trailing 2-0. Here in the bottom of the second, we'll see Solsley, Carter Hansen, and Jack Vitt, the EH for this evening. And when he comes up, if you missed out on it, we'll talk a little bit more about what that exactly means. If you're not a big follower of baseball, how it all kind of works out at the Legion level. But again, Solsley, so up the bat, sees the first pitch in for a called strike. What did you think of that first inning there from Ordell? Kind of a good start, but then a little bit struggle to find the strike zone later on.
Yeah, he had that first strikeout, and then he got a couple of walks. I mean, you just got to find the zone. First inning, you're just trying to figure out the team. Once you go through the lineup one time, you kind of figure out how everybody swings, how everybody takes a pitch. So you're just kind of feeling it out.
Well, speaking of the Devils, swing and a miss, and his second strikeout of the evening for Ordell. Exactly the same way that he got the bottom of the first started pitching. Now, this is where he kind of picked up his struggles of finding the strike zone, as you mentioned, Tavin, walking a couple. As now Carter Hansen, traditional number 35, if you will, changes it up to number 10. Tavin, you had a favorite number when you were in high school, or maybe you still have a favorite number?
Well, it is my number now is 25. But I had a couple different numbers. I wore 24 in middle school, and then for football I was 54. 54 is kind of like my mainstay number. I always go towards that one. But how about you?
Number 10, actually,
10?
would be my one. And speaking of the Devil, number 10 gets aboard with a nice little line drive down the right field line that just fell fair and just took off around first. I should say to first, but didn't move around to second, as it was past a couple through defenders, but just worried at the moment to make sure he got there in time. Yep, was number 10 when it came to the soccer season, then 51, if you will, for football.
Nice, yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike, as we mentioned. Now up is Jack Vitt, the EH. So again, does not play in the outfield. He's not substituting for anyone. There's just 10 in the lineup hitting for Vermillion post 1. And Vitt hits this one over to third. Look to second and then throw over to first is in time for out number 2 on the hard hit ground ball. And again, Christensen, the third baseman, looked over to second, maybe to see the play, and then kind of a high throw. Bo Williamson does stand a little bit taller and able to pull it down from heaven to get out number 2. But nice glance there by Christensen to look the runner at second.
Yeah, see how much room he got, see if he can throw it or not. But obviously the play wasn't there. He couldn't have a double play opportunity, so just get the easy out.
Hayden Christofferson will now step up to bat, the second baseman who's put a couple outs on the board defensively for Vermillion. First pitch in for a ball. By the way, we get to see Preister get a little bit of action out in right field is kind of that EH spot. That Preister got some time to play during the high school season as well. One of those younger players that continues to develop for Vermillion. That's something Vermillion really prides themselves on. In the next few years, a lot of young talent upcoming through the ranks. They're going to be really good for a long time. Just have to get through this year or two. But again, this youth does have a lot of sports experience already. 2 balls and a strike. This one low. And now, with the speed, over to third, stealing on the low pitch is Carter Hansen. So now Vermillion is close to scoring for Vermillion, trailing 2-0 with 2 outs, the 3-1. This one called strike number 2. So the full count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. And again, Hansen on third. And this one is going to be ball number 4. So runners now on the corners with Preister stepping up to bat. And it looks like maybe a conversation as coming off the perch there for a minute is Carter Turek, the catcher, trying to get Sam Wardell out of this inning without giving up any scoring. And this one, a shot over to the shortstop. Schramm throws over to first, and it's going to be out number 3. So once again, Vermillion gets close but cannot score. No runs on a hit, no errors, 15 pitches. And we move to the top of the third. That comes up here in just a moment on Live Ticket TV.
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank and Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank and Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
Welcome back. Back here at Parentis Park. Count 1-1 as the first batter is up here in the top of the third. Let's pitch up high, 2-1 the count. Ethan Viss is leading things off. Viss singled on a bunt his first time around. Eventually part of 2 runners that came across home plate for post 266 back in the top of the first inning. Pitch outside. Now the count is 3-1 to Trey Hansen. Through 2 innings complete, 33 pitches, and finds the strike zone here. And the count is now full. So we'll see Vist, Turek, and Dadula all up at least for the TinCaps here in the top of the third. Another foul ball as this one travels back over to the pool. And again, the count remains 3-2. Have you gotten out yourself into the water yet this summer?
I have not. I kind of forgot that there was a pool, just because usually when we're back, this is my first summer here. So,
and this one, a diving catch at second, as one just came off the top of the bat for Ethan Viss, and the shortstop, Connor Peterson, is able to catch up to it just in time on the diving catch for out number 1, and there is one away. So Peterson, nice little diving catch for out number 1. And now this one low, as Turek is now up. Again, one away in the top of the third. 1-0. High, 2-0 the count. There's also, don't forget the Missouri River.
Yep, not that far away, yeah.
Plenty to do on the river. If you get so ambitious, you can make a little journey to a lake.
Yeah.
Over in Yankton, plenty to do.
I know, I kind of forget, because never spent the summer in Verm yet, so.
Have you done anything extremely exciting yet?
Absolutely not. Not here, at least.
Okay.
I moved into an apartment, and that's about it.
We got to get you out a little bit more, Tavin. Enjoy the summer a little bit.
Well, I was down in Omaha the first 2 weeks out of school. Then I went back home to Rapid City, packed some stuff up for the apartment, came back, moved in.
Ground ball over to Peterson. Throw over to first is in time for out number 2. And a nice play by Peterson to collect himself and get the second out. Continue on.
But yeah, just was living in the apartment for a little bit and then went back to Omaha, just relaxed for a little, spent some time with girlfriend's family, and then came up Monday.
Okay.
So yeah, haven't been here very much.
You have not been. You've been kind of traveling around, but you mentioned kind of on a little bit of a chill summer.
Yeah.
Pitching for a called strike. Business for me, otherwise weddings. Weddings.
Yeah.
Weddings and business is all it seems to be for me.
It's that type of season, though.
Ground ball, a foul ball. And they count 0-2. I'm at that stage in my life. I think everyone's getting married or is married at this point besides me. It's okay. Someone's got to be the reckless one.
Yeah, there you go.
This pitch outside for a ball, 1-2. Someone's still got cause of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Dadula up to bat here. The 1-2. This one swing and a miss, and it's the third strikeout of the evening for Trey Hansen. So in fact, no runs, no hits, no errors. Took just 16 pitches, and we move to the bottom of the third. TinCaps still lead it over Vermillion 2-0. We're back in just a moment on Live Ticket TV.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. We move to the bottom of the third inning, where Post 1 will step up to bat, still trailing 2-0 against T. as it'll be Rowe who will lead things off, the final batter in the lineup, if you will, for Vermillion. Again, Vermillion is using 10 batters this evening, so the 10th and final one before we return back to the tops. We'll see Rowe, Peterson, and Roehrig all due up here in the bottom of the third. Sam Riddell taking his final warm-up pitches, and he's ready to go. Through 2 innings complete, 34 pitches for him. Vermillion twice now, and each inning has gotten a runner at least in scoring position, but have not been able to score themselves. In fact, Vermillion has just 1 hit so far in the ball game. This one, Robe sees the second pitch on the 0-1. And is able to get this one a single out into center field on the fly ball. So a good start for post 1 as we return back to the top of the lineup with some of the power up next with Peterson. Now Peterson did strike out swinging his first time up. He'll dig in, trying to make some noise and advance Robe a little bit. First pitch though is up for a ball. 1-0 the count. Guess I did not check with either team when it comes to pitchers and what we could all see for this evening, but looks like at the moment neither team is warming up anybody. And now stealing over to second, and it looks like Robe is going to be caught in the rundown as just falls to the ground, and there is out number 1. So in the end, Robe caught moving over to second. And there is 1 away. So just as Vermillion looked like they might have something going right away, here in the bottom of the third, they find themselves in trouble. Or at least back to the beginning with 1 out and nobody aboard. Peterson sees this one, fouls it off. Here the 10 of the post there, that's keeping the netting up. And of course, Parentis Park extremely busy this time of year as well, with plenty of teener baseball going on, and then also amateur baseball as well. This pitch outside. 2-1 now the count. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. 2-1. This one up for a ball. 3-1 now the count. Sets. Riddell kicks and fires. That's one in for a called strike. And the count is now full with 1 out. As Riddell tries to pick up another strikeout here. 41 pitches so far for him. This one fouled off as Peterson continues to battle. Stays within the park of Parentis. Three-2 remains the count. Peterson, this one another foul ball. This time will hit the netting, come right back with the home plate up. So do it once again. Riddell shakes off the first signal. Now kicks and fires, and another foul ball. 3 straight foul balls here for Peterson as he continues to battle here at this at-bat. Wants to make something happen offensively for Vermillion. And now the full count pitch. This one, ball 4. So Peterson is able to battle tough throughout, and a runner is aboard as now Roehrig will step up to bat. Tavin, really wish though you would still have Robe at least on first base to make something happen.
Yeah, it's a little disappointing if you're post 1, but to just have one guy on, it's big because you're top of your lineup. The last time Roehrig got a walk, so maybe they can muster something up together.
Roehrig sees the first pitch, as you mentioned. The last time walked up high. 1-0 the count. That would really help out Vermillion, see another walk, something along those lines. But runners at least on first and second with only 1 away. Dell looks over to first. This one low. And Peterson's going to be able to steal over to second successfully on the low ball. So now runner back in scoring position for Vermillion, just trailing 2-0 against the TinCaps. And now a ground ball over to first. Williamson takes some time to collect and finally able to do so and run it out over at first in time for 2 away. Peterson is able to advance on the ground ball over to third. So Vermillion, for the second time this evening, has a runner at third. Let's see if they can take advantage of it this time, as now Tate Haig, the catcher, will step up to bat. He was walked his last time up. His first pitch is low. 1-0 the count. Again, big moment here for post one with a runner on third, trying to make something happen. The 1-0, this one is slapped out into center field, and that will fall in for a base hit. And on the single from Tate Haig, Peterson is able to come home, and Vermillion trails 2-1 here in the bottom of the third. And now we're going to see a courtesy runner come in. As coming in will be Grant Rohrig to courtesy run. And now up to bat will be Trey Hansen for Vermillion. Go back though, Tavin. You can't help but think if Robe doesn't get caught in the run down there, how huge this would be. Probably at a tie game right now.
Yeah, but you never know what could have happened. Robe could have got thrown out at second or something along those lines. Maybe that at-bat for Peterson would have looked a little bit different if Robe was still on the plate. So, it's that butterfly effect thing.
Yeah, that's certainly correct. You never know exactly what could have happened. But nonetheless, Vermillion certainly would take the run here in the bottom of the third. Count now 0-2 to Trey Hansen, trying to keep this inning alive. This one, a swing and a miss, and that will do it. But Vermillion is able to get one run on 2 hits and 19 pitches as we move to the top of the fourth. That comes up here in just a moment on Live Ticket TV.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. We move to the top of the fourth. Vermillion's been threatening a few different times, but finally in the bottom of the third, able to take the lid off and get their first run. Still trailing though by 1, 2-1. As I mentioned, moving to the top of the fourth inning here with TinCaps or post 266. Now up to bat, it'll be the pitcher Sam Riddell to lead things off. He sees the very first pitch, ground ball over to Peterson, throw over to first. It takes Solsley off the bag, and that will be in at first base. As an error will be tagged down on the hard hit ground ball. Gotta collect yourself there for Peterson and make the throw cleanly. That's probably been one of his main struggles, if you will, Tavin, throughout maybe his kind of short career at that shortstop position.
I mean, all you got to do is take a moment, take that kind of hit the glove, take a second to yourself to get that breath in, figure it out, and make a better aimed throw, I guess.
And it looked like it might be one away, but instead, runner is on first, and now throw over to first is going to be back in time safe. As it was a big step there by Wardell, and just kind of fell right to Haig there on the ball that he quickly hopped up and threw over to first, but again, not able to quite get it down in time was Solsley. And now the 1-0 ground ball. Hansen looks over to second, out at second. No, it's going to be a drop ball by Christofferson. Oh, dropped on the transfer. I apologize. So they do count him out at second. So there is one away. And a good play there by Carter Hansen. As we mentioned, second time that we've seen him look over to second to get the runner, and this time it works out. So a fielder's choice. Now a pickoff attempt at first gets over the head of Eric Solsley, and there'll be runner advances over to second. So Christensen now at second, with Vermillion committing their 4th error of the evening. And by the way, Bo Williamson is up to bat. He sees the very first pitch, swings at this one, and fouls it off into the netting. 0-1 the count. So far, been a very interesting top of the 4th, if you will, for post 266. This one low. Count 1-1. Williamson, by the way, out at first on a drop, 3rd strike. And this time, hits it out into center field. That will fall in for a base hit. And not coming around will be Christensen as he's held up at 3rd. So a single puts runners at the corners. As now Halber will step up to bat. Halber last time up was hit by a pitch. Very first pitch he saw. Hit him right in the small of the back. 1 out. Getting to the top of the 4th. Vermillion was able to score a run in the bottom of the 3rd. Vermillion's 2 runs come in the top of the 1st. And this one, very first pitch, Halber sees it. It's out into left field, and this will be dropped by Rohrig. And 1 run will come across, and it will be a stand-up double. And the TinCaps are able to score, and now lead it 3-1 over Vermillion. And now Opland will step up to bat. As Tavin, just as Vermillion grabs some momentum, things starting to slip a little bit for him.
Yeah, just a couple simple mistakes there. But, I mean, it's a long grind. Game's a long grind. You got 9 innings to play. Don't let one mistake kind of change the whole trajectory of the game. And I think that's what you want to do if you're head coach of Post 1 right now.
Might have 2 less innings to make sure it works. Only play 7 here at the Legion level. And this one, another line drive out into the outfield. And another run comes across for the TinCaps. And they now lead it 4-1. As Bo Williamson is able to come across. And now there's going to be a time called by Riley Johnson, as he'll meet with Trey Hansen. Again, not quite for sure the available pitchers, if you will, for Vermillion. Been plenty of baseball games. Play on Monday, took a day off, play tonight, take a day off, and play once again on Friday. As Vermillion just kind of trying to recollect themselves here. As you mentioned, though, Tavin, still plenty of time in this game not to let this one get away from them.
Yeah, and I mean, it just one step at a time. You got 1 out here, got runners on the corner, turn a double play. That's all you got to do. I mean, it's easier said than done, obviously, but it just takes some time, and maybe this will kind of calm everybody's nerves down and get everything going.
Coach Riley Johnson has his conversation with his entire infield. They break huddle, and it looks like they're ready to go once again. Final instructions, and we're finally ready to go. By the way, T will return back to the top of the lineup. Mason Schramm is up to bat. Again, runners on the corners with 1 out. And now the steal, throw over to second is going to be low, and then it gets away from Peterson. But in the end, Halber at 3rd never went anywhere. And the count is 1-0. So Mason will dig back in. Again, runners now on 3rd and 2nd for T. This pitch in. Side, and count now 2-0. Hanson, by the way, up to 56 pitches is what we have him. Through 3 1/3 complete. This one popped up foul. And now the count 2-1. Got a warm evening here at Parentis Park. Not as bad as it has been the past few days, but still temperatures in the upper 80s once we got this one going. This is another pitch inside. And now 3-1 the count. As Trey Hansen tries to avoid loading up the bases. The 3-1. This one outside, ball 4. Now the bases are loaded. Has now up to bat will be Ethan Viss, the center fielder. This is 1 of 2. Flew out to shortstop on that great diving catch by Peterson his last time up. Otherwise was able to lay down a successful bunt. His first plate appearance, certainly no, we're not going to see it this time. Again, bags are juiced here for the TinCaps. Trying to add to this 3-run lead of 4-1 in the top of the 4th. The 1-0 popped up high in the air. It's in foul territory, but it's going to just keep on drifting as a few different Vermillion Post 1 players try to chase after it. Everyone wanted that one to get that second out, but unable to do so as it just gets beyond the third base dugout. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases loaded. This sees the 1-1 in for a called strike. And now the count is 1-2. This stands tall. This one swing and a miss. And that is 2 outs. Another strikeout for Trey Hansen. Trey Hansen, his 4th strikeout of the evening. Giving up just 4 hits so far here in the ball game this evening. Now stepping up, the catcher, Carter Tuturek, will dig in. Tuturek during the high school season batted average .340. So certainly a good power hitter. But Trey Hansen trying to get himself out of this inning. Only surrendering 2 runs so far, but more importantly, the bases loaded here at the moment. The 0-1, this one is out into center field, but Robe is right there for out number 3 on the line drive. So some damage done by the TinCaps as they're able to get 2 runs on 3 hits, a couple errors in there as well. We move to the bottom of the 4th, where Vermillion will look to regain composure and see if they can't make a little bit of a comeback. That's on the way next on Live Ticket TV. Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you find the right market. Plus, you can work with me, Heath, and a portion of all sales made go right back to the school. Get a hold of me today and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. 4-1 as the TinCaps able to get another couple of runs there in the top of the 4th as we move to the bottom. Vermillion looking to kind of answer back themselves. Vermillion was able to get a run there in the bottom of the 3rd, but nice response back from a T. So I'm about ready to go once again as Wardell gets his final couple warm-up pitches here. Wardell, by the way, through 3 innings complete, 53 pitches from him so far this evening. Has given up just that 1 run as mentioned. Otherwise has walked 4 and struck out 3 so far. Eric Solsley will lead things off for Vermillion. We'll see Solsley, Carter Hansen, and Jack Vitt all due up here in the bottom of the 4th. First baseman digs himself in. First pitch, swing and a miss. In fact, Solsley looking to kind of get a little bit of a revenge here as he went down a strikeout his first time at the plate. The 0-1, this one low into the ground. 1-1 the count. Solsley steps out for a moment. Now back in. The 1-1 kicks and fires. This one called strike. The count now 1-2. Again, nobody out. Here in the top of the fourth. Not quite an hour old at Parentis Park. The 1-2. This one, ball 2. A bit of a later start, if you will. 6:30. First pitch here this evening. Start a little bit before that. Sometimes teams start at 6. Sometimes 6:30. And this one popped up in the air. It is in play. A couple different guys chasing after it. In the end, it will be Mason, the shortstop, who gets it on the fly ball for out number 1. And now Carter Hansen will step up to bat. As again, Vermillion trying to get things going right away to begin the inning. They did last on the bottom of the third, but Rowe was eventually caught stealing over to second. Hansen sees the pitch for a ball. Last time up, he got himself a base hit down the right field line. This one in, strike. 1-1 the count. Again, Hansen and Jack Vitt up next to bat for Vermillion. This one foul. A couple chasing after it, and it will be Bo Williamson who will catch it in foul territory for out number 2. Again, we saw Bo pitch a lot during the high school season, but playing first base right now for the TinCaps, is able to get a nice second out, as now the EH, Jack Vitt, will step up to bat. Again, the EH, if you're unfamiliar, don't follow a lot with Legion Baseball, allowed to have that instead of a DH. And he sees the very first pitch. It's a ground ball over to second baseman Halber. Throw over to first is in time for out number 3. So Vermillion goes 1, 2, 3 in order as we move to the top of the 5th. Took just 9 pitches. We're back in just a moment on Live Ticket TV. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out Team Apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club press box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Trey Hansen takes his final warm-up pitches as Tate Haig. I just got a few more warm-up pitches. Tate Haig just finally was able to get his equipment on, so he'll get a couple on to catch a few, and then we'll be set and ready to go for the top of the 5th inning, where the TinCaps of T lead it over Vermillion 4-1. By the way, we'll see Dadula, Riddell, and Christensen all due up here in the top of the 5th inning, as it'll be Dadula to lead things off for post 266. Dadula, by the way, is 0 of 2. In fact, 2 strikeouts so far for him so far this evening, as the first pitch is well outside for a ball. On the opposite side, Trey Hansen now up to 66 pitches through 4 innings complete. The 1-0, this one shot out into left field, and that one is going to fall in for a base hit as Dadula quickly moves around second, but will quickly pump the brakes and stand on second for the double play on a line shot out into left field. Warwick had no opportunity to catch up to that, and having a good way to start at the top of the fifth if you're the TinCaps.
Yeah, exactly how you want to start. A huge hit out into that left field and leaving up some guy on second. Now bring somebody up, maybe push him around.
So Wardell, the pitcher, will now step up to bat. First pitch is in for ball, 1-0 the count. Again, nobody out here in the top of the fifth for the TinCaps. This pitch is going to be just outside the strike zone. Trying to frame that one up that time was Haig, not able to do so. As I mentioned, Dulo, Wardell, and Christensen all up here in the top of the fifth at least. And now this one is slapped out into right field, and this one in for at least a single, and throw to home is going to be not in time, and a run scores. As again, it'll be just a single for Sam Wardell, but able to go all the way from second to home is Dadula, and it's now 5-1. T leads it over Vermillion. And just getting it done with soft hits, just getting into the outfield. And we'll see courtesy runner come on, as it will be Eric Munson be the courtesy runner for the TinCaps. Again, Christensen now up to bat. So he sees the first pitch in for a called strike. Again, nobody out as well for T, with a runner there on first base. So after T was able to get 2 runs in the top of the first, get 2 runs in the top of the fourth, now add another run in the top of the fifth. Ball, 1-1 the count. By the way, Hansen now up to 72 pitches through 4 complete for his evening. At the moment, no one warming up over in the bullpen for Vermillion. The 1-1, this one inside, 2-1 the count. Boston Williamson is in the batter's circle. Throw over first in the courtesy runner. Trying to check Munson, able to get back in time. Reset from Trey. Looks back to first once again. This one, high. Ball 3. Now 3-1 the count. As I mentioned, Christensen grounded out on a fielder's choice his last time up. Now he's grounded out to second in his first plate appearance of the evening. Now the 3-1. This one called strike number 2, and the count is now full. Nate Christensen trying to advance. Courtesy runner. The 3-2, this one is ball number 4. So Munson at second, Christensen at first, and now Boston Williamson will step up to bat. Boston is 1 of 2. And now we're going to see Coach Riley Johnson come out once again. You have to imagine this might be the evening for Trey Hansen, as things have just kind of slipped for him a little bit here in this game, but in the end, to have another good performance from him, especially on this hot summer day here in the late June.
Yeah, it really was. He just kind of struggled here towards the end. Kind of couldn't find the zone whatsoever. Got a couple of good ones in, but just wasn't able to find it.
We're going to see quite a bit of changes, including, looks like we're going to see Peterson take over as now the official catcher of the ball game. And it looks like Tate Haig will now step in to pitch for Vermillion. That's at least one change that we're for sure of. We've got to figure out who's going to short and a couple other spots as well. We'll have all that coming up here in just a moment on Live Ticket TV.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Hi, this is Kristen Cunningham with Chic Boutique by Kristen & Company in Centerville, South Dakota. We are an all-size inclusive boutique offering sizes small through 3X on many items, including denim jeans and jackets, shackets, pants, skirts, graphic tees and sweatshirts, joggers, school swag, hats and caps, many fashion accessories including purses and lots of jewelry. And we also offer gift items for birthdays and weddings. Get your shopping fix at 636 Broadway Street, Centerville, South Dakota. Open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 7, and Saturday, 10 to 4.
Let's be real. You work, you worry, you wait, you wonder. These are the challenges of life on the farm. As a community bank, First Bank and Trust understands this rural reality. We're big enough to help ag producers grow for the future and small enough to get to know you right now. Our ag bankers have ag backgrounds, which means we'll help you work through the tough years and make the most of the great ones. First Bank and Trust. Real banking, real easy. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete.
See a couple substitutions as we're back underway here in the top of the fifth. Runners on first and second. It's 5-1. The post 266 of T leads it over post 1 of Vermillion. As the new pitcher in will be Tate Haig. Don't often see this type of switch, but again the catcher is now the pitcher. The shortstop, Connor Peterson, moves in to catch, and Trey Hansen, the pitcher, moves over to shortstop. And those are the changes for post 1. Again, nobody out. Quick check of the runner of Munson at second base. Again, Haig, the new pitcher, in for post 1. This one, a little low. 1-1 the count. By the way, runner's still responsible for Trey Hansen at first and second, so we'll give you his official numbers here in just a moment. The 1-1, ground ball over to second. Christopherson gloves, throws to second, throw over to first. Is not going to be in time. Now throw home as Munson is coming around. Out at second for 2 outs. So reframe this one up on the ground ball. It's going to be taking as the fielder's choice and getting Christopherson out at second. Munson is out at home trying to steal. So an unorthodox double play in the end as Bo Williamson is now at first. But in the end, great play by Vermillion, heads up play. Again, they tried to get Williamson out at first. The throw over there was a little high, but Eric Solsley saw Munson, the courtesy runner, taking off to home and was able to throw over, and Peterson was able to protect home plate and apply the tag for the second out. As now Halber, through all that, is the new batter up. Tip, foul, 1-1 the count. It will also be the end of Trey Hansen on the evening. Goes through 4 innings complete, faced 24 batters through 76 pitches, gave up 6 hits, 4 earned runs, struck out 4, and ends with a 7 ERA on the evening. This one called strike. Egg trying to get out of the inning without giving up any more damage. Right now has himself in a good spot after that unorthodox double play. Settles and fires this one. A hard hit ground ball collected by Hansen, throws all the way over to first, but it's low. And now going to be caught in a rundown is Williamson. Throw over to third is in time. So errors and mistakes by TinCaps in the end get themselves in trouble, and it ends the top of the fifth. But TinCaps add another run and lead it 5-1 over Vermillion as we move to the bottom of the fifth. That comes up here in just a moment on Live Ticket TV.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Oh, a strange inning there in the top of the fifth. It looked like T had some things working for themselves, but it got themselves in an unorthodox double play, including caught stealing at home, and then to end the inning, caught stealing over at third. So Vermillion able to get it done defensively, only surrendering another run, but find themselves trailing by 4 as we do move to the bottom of the fifth inning. So first pitch is in, low for a ball. By the way, Sam Wardell remains the pitcher for post 266. Strike, 1-1 the count. Christofferson is up. We'll see Christofferson, Preister, and Robe all up here for Vermillion in this inning. So this pitch is fouled off, and 1-2 the count. In fact, they're in the bottom of the fourth. Vermillion went 1-2-3 in order with just 9 pitches completely thrown there in that inning. So it seems like Vermillion offensively hasn't been out there very long as of late. Now the 1-2 fouled off. Back into the netting as Christofferson continues to battle in this at-bat. Vermillion, again, still not spot in this game where they have themselves a chance, but running out of real estate. 1-2 upstairs, 2-2 the count, by the way. TinCaps also have no one warming up here at the moment. If they'd bring on a new pitcher, but it can also do that from within the infield, just like we saw Vermillion. This one goes off the bottom of the bat. Throw over to first is going to be in time, as that one was a close play. Vermillion can't believe it, but again, called out at first is Hayden Christofferson. Just went off the bottom of his bat, rolled around right in front of Turek, and Turek, as he was going to grab it, dropped it, was able to recollect and throw over to first. Maybe even Bo Williamson might have had his foot off the bag as he had the lean of far ways to get it. But post 1 does not catch a lucky break this time, and there's 1 away. What do you think there, Tavin?
That's a close call. I mean, it's not really when the ball hits the glove, it's when the ball enters the glove. So maybe that's what that blue was going off of over there.
Ground ball over to short. Schramm throws over to Williamson, and there is now 2 away. So Vermillion, their last 6 batters have been 6 straight outs. So now Robe will step up to bat. Vermillion trying to find some offense here. And they're going to take it any way they possibly can. By the way, Robe is 1 of 1. Swing and a miss as he went chasing after that one. Makes no contact. This one outside. 1-1 the count. Just past an hour old here as well at Parentis Park. Game has been moving at a pretty quick pace, except for maybe the last inning and a half or so. As now the 1-1 hit by pitch as Robe, and he is aboard, as now Vermillion goes back to the top of the lineup. The new catcher will step up to bat with Peterson. Peterson takes his time taking off the equipment and now is stepping into the batter's box, which no longer exists, as usually we expect that. That usually lasts maybe about 2 innings or so before that disappears. So I'll spin a couple different plays of sliding in at home plate for this evening that have also helped kick the white that used to be around. Throw over to first. Robe was back in time. Remember, he was able to get a single his last time up before he was caught over stealing to second. That was back in the bottom of the third inning, Vermillion's only run. Called strike. 1-1 the count. Sam Wardell up to 75 pitches through 4 2/3 complete. Another strike as this one paints the bottom corner. 1-2 the count. Peterson, by the way, is 0 of 1 so far this evening. Walked his last time up, though. His first plate appearance, he struck out swinging. The 1-2, this one is going to be strike number 3 on the swing and miss. And Vermillion, no runs, no hits, no errors, 15 pitches. We move to the top of the 6th. That comes up here in just a moment on Live Ticket TV.
If you are self-motivated, accountable, and eager to learn new skills, we'd love to talk to you about a rock star career. Masaba in Vermillion is hiring full and part-time manufacturing positions for the rock industry. Masaba provides comprehensive training in a clean, safe, and state-of-the-art facility. Masaba offers competitive wages, a fun and interesting work environment and culture. Join our team of rock stars. Visit masabainc.com to learn more.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Haig came in the top of the 5th and giving some more warm-up pitches as again Peterson right now is catching, and Trey Hansen, who started off pitching, is over at the shortstop. That all happened in the last inning. And in the end, right now, T leads it over Vermillion. 5-1 is the score as we move to the top of the 6th. Again, playing through 7 here. So Vermillion down to their final 6 outs. But again, right now, T is up to bat where they're just all about adding some insurance, if you will. And Opland sees the very first pitch. Robe will move about 5 feet or so. Give himself a little bit of an exercise, a little bit of a stretch there, and collect it for out number 1. He doesn't miss a whole lot out there, does he?
Doesn't seem like it, no. I don't think I've seen him drop one. And I mean, how many games have I been to at this point? 6, maybe?
Number 44 is up to bat. Well, if I do this right, here, let's change it out. Let's see if I can't get that for you, Scott, here. Sub out. Sattler. You bet. Sattler will be the new pitcher, or excuse me, new batter, that is, and I apologize. As this one, 2-1 the count. As he replaces, I believe, going to be Schramm, or at least we're not for sure at the moment, but that's usually where Mason Schramm is up to bat here at the moment. So you imagine that he's going to be a sub, maybe could be the new pitcher here at the moment. Not quite for sure. We'll get you that in just a little bit. And now the 3-1 is outside for ball number 4, and Sattler is aboard. Ethan Viss will now be up to bat. So again, runner at first here in the top of 6. Haig, the pitcher, kicks and fires this one in for a called strike. What have you thought so far about the catcher-turned-pitcher in his performance so far this evening?
He's done pretty well. I mean, no runs obviously yet, but this one walk, he's got a lot of good command and making sure his teammates can get some outs.
And now this one is going to find the gap out in left center field. It will be a stand-up single for Ethan Viss. And he'll put runners at first and second with one away, as now Kartaturik, the catcher, will step up to bat. Carter is 0-3 so far this evening, including lining out twice, and has grounded out to short once as well. So Carter would like to get his offense going here this evening. Let's pitch in for a called strike. 0-1 the count. Now throw over to second. Easily back in time is Sattler. But Hay keeping the runner honest over at second. Looking to get that second out if he can. Looks once again. Now we'll kick and fire. This one is low. Count 1-1. Looks back once again. Fires this one. Called strike. One, two. Haig kicks and fires this one. Foul off into the netting. And the count will remain 1-2. Again, one out. Here in the top of the sixth inning. Vermillion double play would get themselves out. Again, Vermillion trailing by 4, 5-1 here in the top of the sixth. This one fouled as Turk took a big swing at that one, able to just make a little bit of contact with it. That would have been out number 2. So Carter digs himself back in once again. Trying to make something happen offensively. The 1-2, this one, a line shot out into left field. It's going to get above the head of Rohrig. And this double will bring in 1, and it will bring in 2. And it's now 7-1. The TinCaps lead it over Vermillion. And a good double there by Turk as he saw the pitch he wanted and able to get it well out above the head of Rohrig, who had no chance of catching up with that one. And now it'll be Dadula who will step up to bat. By the way, courtesy runner, it'll be Munson who will come on. Throw over to second, trying to get Munson out once again. As again, last time Munson was up, he was eventually caught stealing home and called out there. This one is going to get just above the head of Christofferson. Another soft little blooper. We've seen that several times this evening. And on this simple single there by Dadula, it's able to bring home Munson. And now it's 8-1. As the TinCaps are starting to pour it on here against Vermillion. As now 6 runs here in the past 3 innings for post 266. Now stealing. Throw over to second is going to be in time. And there's 2 away. So the count now 1-0. This one up. 2-0 the count. By the way, Sam Ordell is up to bat right now for T area. I believe that was their 4th out of the evening, caught stealing, post 266. Normally you might be a little upset at that if you're a coach, but when you're leading 8-1, maybe not as much. And now the 2-1. This one swing and a miss. So Wardell went chasing after that one. Took a big hack and missed it. The 2-2, this one. Ground ball over to Trey Hansen. Throw over to first is going to be in time for out number 3. But plenty of damage done by post 266. They get 3 runs on 3 hits. And we move to the bottom of the 6th. It's 8-1. We're back in just a moment here on Live Ticket TV.
If you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
Birds like Tan.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Quick update here as we go back to the top of the 6th there. We saw Sattler come in and pitch hit for Mason Schramm in the end, as Schramm is back out there defensively at the shortstop position, and also Wardell continues to pitch for the TinCaps here. So in the end, we do not see a defensive change like we thought we might see, but we move to the bottom of the 6th where Warwick will lead things off as the first pitch is low. Vermillion down to their final 6 outs here. They're trailing by 7. Need to get some offense going. So far, 3 hits in the ball game for post 1. This one, college strike. As mentioned, Wardell, according to our book, through 5 innings complete, 79 pitches so far. Another one, college strike. By the way, if you're curious, it is also the same pitch number, 105, you can have, same as high school to Legion. The days of rest and that number does change at the high school to Legion level. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. The 2-2, Warwick ground ball. Halber collects the second baseman, easily throws over to first for out number 1. So 1 away, Vermillion down to their final 5 outs of the ball game. So again, Vermillion has struggled to get the bats going here in this ball game. As now stepping up the bat will be the new pitcher, Tate Haig. Haig settles in. Kicks and fires. This one is low. What have you thought of the performance so far this evening from tonight there at Tavin?
I mean, they've just been dominant. Of course, you mentioned kind of those base running errors, but like you said, if you're the head coach, you don't really care about that because you're putting up crooked numbers up on the scoreboard, but a lot of hits, a lot of guys getting on base, maybe just walks, good eyes. Everything's kind of rolling for this Tin Hats team.
1-1 the count. This one fouled off. And 1-2 is the count here in the bottom of the 6th. The 1-2 kicks and fires in this one, ball 2. As again, Haig is 1 of 1, by the way. Walked and is singled on a line drive his last time up. The 2-2. This one popped up. It will be in foul territory, giving a long chase and diving. And the bullpen area there was Dadula, but not able to make the catch. So in the end, falls harmlessly for a foul ball, but a great little play there by Dadula.
Yeah, I don't think he's gotten a lot of action over there, so that's maybe some of his first exercise all day.
Might as well have a little fun with it. And this, anyways, doesn't matter a whole lot. The 2-2, this one right to Bo Williamson as he makes the snag on the line drive, and there is 2 away. There's a reason why this team just won themselves a state title at the high school level. Again, a lot of these names are familiar names that did win that title. And now, Trey Hansen will step up to bat. Hansen is 0 of 2, including a double play and is struck out swinging. And the first one he sees hits out the top of the barrel and go foul. 0-1 the count. Vermillion down to their final 4 outs here of the ball game. The 0-1, this one upstairs. No, just gets the top of the strike zone, they say. 0-2 now the count. As Wardell has a few more pitches to go before he has to be done. And this one, the 0-2, popped up in the air. And it looks like it might go foul, but Dadula is able to catch it in foul territory on the pop fly. The second time that the TinCaps have done that this evening. And in the end, Vermillion, no runs, no hits, no errors, 14 pitches. We move to the final inning. The 7th comes up after this commercial break on Live Ticket TV.
Tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the Tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank and Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank and Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics. We move to the top of the 7th inning, where for T, it's just all about, well, scoring us some runs if they want to. Otherwise, they're up plenty by 7, 8-1. And again, we're past that mercy point rule as well, as even if they would get 3 runs, make it that 10-run rule, it doesn't matter. As Vermillion, we're in that final inning at the moment right now. And nonetheless, it'll be Christensen to lead things off. No, or is it not Christensen? As it will be a new batter that will come in. It will be Wilson who will come in, and he sees the very first pitch of his evening and is able to find the gap out in right center for a base hit. There's a 1 aboard. Well, how about that for Wilson? See a very first pitch, get a little bit of playing time, make something happen.
Make a statement. Maybe that's something the coaches can see going on further into the season, and hey, maybe you might get some more PT.
Williamson will now be up to bat, as Williamson is 1 of 3 so far today at the plate. This one, ground ball, straight over to Christopherson, out at second, and the throw over to first is, they're going to say, not in time. As they say, it was Solsley dropping the ball, so on the fielder's choice, there is 1 away. And now Halber will step up to bat. Look over at first. Haig settles, kicks and fires. This one, trying to frame it up there. Peterson not able to do so. And they count 1-0. This one in for a called strike. Again for T, just trying to add some runs, if you will. Add an insurance policy. That's all they can do at the moment here in the top of the 7th. This one low into the dirt. So we're reaching an hour and a half old here at Parentis Park. 2-1 the count with 1 out. Now stealing over to second. And it's going to be in time. Williamson on the steal. And the count is 2-2. As that pitch was in for a called strike. By the way, Halper is 2 of 2 himself. So batting 1,000. Trying to keep that number going for him. This one up. Count is full with the runner at second. Haig trying to get this one completed in relief. Full count. This one foul off. The at-bat will continue. For Halber, we'll see Opland up next for T. And this one foul off once again. And the count remains full with 1 out and a runner at second base. And now this one, line shot but fouled once again down the left field line. So again, it continues to be a full count here, 3-2. So the full count, 1 out, this one up, and that is ball number 4. Off the pass ball, Williamson is able to get over to third. As now Andrew Opland will step up to bat again. 1 out here at the top of the 7th. T just trying to add more as they lead it by 7 here at the moment. 8-1 is your score. Haig kicks and fires. This one is going to be out into center field, but Robe not able to catch up with it in time. A throw all the way into home is going to get by Peterson. So a single puts runners at first and second, but then after the miss by Peterson of stopping it in front of himself, able to get the runners over third and second apiece. Now Mason Traum, saw him have a courtesy batter, or excuse me, pitch hitter his last time up, will now be back up to bat once again. That was Sattler who was up. The way Mason is 0 of 1 so far this evening. The 1-0 pitch to him pops this one out into left field, and it's going to fall just fair. And it will score another run as the runner from second, Opland, did not advance when there was nobody at third base for him to. He could have easily got to third. There's no one covering there. So a mistake there, but in the end, a fly ball scores another run.
Yeah, I think his third base coach is kind of teaching him up over there, making sure he pays attention next time and advance that runner.
So now Ethan Viss is up to bat. And runners at first and second, 10-1, by the way. The TinCaps lead it over Vermillion. And now a wild ball that is going to get by Peterson. Opland will advance to third. And Traum will move over to second base. So again, 10-run rule at the moment does not matter. This one up, ball, 2-1 the count. As Haig is just trying to finish this game off here for post 1. This one smacked out into center field, but it does not carry a whole lot, as Aurora will be able to get underneath of it. This time, Opland will tag up. His third base coach telling him that time this is easy to get home, and able to do so on the sac fly. And it's now 11-1. The way Schramm did not advance, he stays at second base. As now Turek will step up to bat. Turek, pitch inside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Up. 2-0. The 2-0, this one, ground ball. Picked up by Trey, throw over to first, and this one is going to be dropped by Eric Solsley as it comes out of his glove. And Schramm will go all the way over from the ground ball to third and then see the drop ball and advance home for another run, 12-1 now. On the error by Solsley, scores another run. Is now up to bat will be Dadula up to bat. See a courtesy runner as well in. That will be Munson. 4 runs now here in the top of the 7th for T. Again, all that matters at this point is just them just not running up the score, if you will, but just kind of adding to what their already 8-1 lead was coming into this inning. And now throw over to first is going to be out as they catch Munson off first base, and that will end the inning, but not before 4 runs on 3 hits and error, and we move to the bottom of the 7th, where Vermillion needs 11 runs to tie, 12 to win. That's up in a moment here on just Live Ticket TV.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking.
To finish out this game, we did expect that, as getting up to the pitch count there, who would have had a few more to throw was Sam Wardell, but they just make the pitching change now, and we'll finish this one off with Nate Christensen will be the new pitcher in for T area. So again, Christensen is up to bat. Eric Solsley will be up to bat. Christensen gives his final warm-up pitches, and we're finally ready to go. So we see a few more changes as well. It will be in at third base. Dadula is now over at third. Right field, I'm not quite for sure who is all the way out there. Missed that number. So we're missing a right fielder here at the moment. First pitch in for a cold strike, as again Christensen, the new pitcher up for TinCaps, with the TinCaps leading it 12-1 over Vermillion. Solsley sees the 0-1, fouls it off. So we'll see Solsley Carter Hansen and Jack Vitt all due up, at least here in the bottom of the 7th. And if Vermillion wants to make a comeback, we'll see them a few different times. The 0-2. This one swing and a miss, and that's out number 1. As Christensen's able to come on, throw 3 pitches, and get 3 outs. The same way we saw Sam Wardell begin his evening all the way back there in the bottom of the 1st. As now Carter Hansen, who is 1 of 2, will step up. Flew out in foul territory his last time at bat. The tall stance from Hansen. Christensen kicks and fires and continues to find the strike zone nicely. 0-1 the count. Shakes off 3. We'll take the 4th signal here. Christensen kicks and fires, and this one is just a little low. 1-1 the count. It was 5 pitches so far. It was the first ball that we have seen from him. Sells back on the bump. The 1-1. This one into the dirt. 2-1 the count. Next action for us here on Live Ticket TV comes up on Friday, right back here at Parentis Park for more Post 1 baseball. As this one in for a called strike. 2-2 the count. The 2-2, this one ground ball. So Riley Johnson couldn't quite collect that one with his hands as it was hit right at him. Foul territory. But again, the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. And this one, ground ball, takes 2 hops. Schramm collects, throws over to first. And this one is 2 away. As now Jack Vitt will step up to bat. We'll have any post game here. Just wrap this one up and into our evening. As Vermillion going to drop their 6th game in a row, it looks like here. Again, going up against a team that all these names familiar, winning a state title at the high school level just a few weeks ago. Swing and a miss for Vitt. And now Vermillion down to their final 2 strikes. The 0-1. This one, ground ball. Over to Halber, collects, throws over to first, and Vermillion goes down 1-2-3 in order. And that will wrap up the ball game as the TinCaps get the win over Vermillion by a final score of 12-1. Tavin, final thoughts.
I mean, it was just a dominant performance. 4T, 12 runs, 11 hits in this game. A lot of errors made by Post 1 here today. Maybe that's something they can discuss, talk about, and kind of regroup for their next game.
Yeah, certainly need to regroup for their next game as we take a look. Their next game coming up, I believe, won't be coming up until a little bit later on this season. The 26th is their next game. Madison, that is on the road, is their next game coming up. So we'll make sure we have more coverage coming up throughout the month of July here for baseball. We'll have plenty of those updates throughout the season as well. Otherwise, for Tavin, I'm Heath Nimke. That wraps up. Once again, T gets the victory 12-1 over Vermillion. Until next time, you've been listening to Post 1 Baseball on Live Ticket.